Hey guys, this is Goshen and I'm here with my girlfriend.
Pow! What's up, guys?
Hey, and we're back again with a new video. Today our reaction is The Appeal of One Piece, Where to Start by Super Eyepatch Wolf.
Yeah, I'm excited for this.
Yes, I wonder what he's going to explain to us about how good One Piece is, like why everybody loves it so much, I'm interested.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
definitely interested to see the story and why people really like watching One Piece.
Yes, I know. I'm excited. And I have seen one of his videos in the past, actually, but never this one. So, anyway, without further ado, let's get
Let's get
into
into
it.
it.
For a while now, there has been a certain ominous shadow cast across this channel. You see, as a YouTuber, I'm generally known for four things: my long, in-depth videos, my love of all things shonen, my utterly flawless spelling, and my absolutely perfect pronunciation of the Japanese language. And the problem with those former two is that at some point it means that I need to do a video on the series One Piece. Which is fine, I like One Piece quite a lot, in fact. But the issue comes from how insanely long the series is, currently residing at its
Yeah, definitely
853rd
is.
chapter.
That's
and
true.
the staggering breadth of its world, which, according to the One Piece wiki, has currently 866 named characters.
Wow.
I know because I counted, and
That's a lot.
Wow. That is a
long
lot.
time. So how does one talk about such a massive series like One Piece? Well, the answer that I've come to, at least, is the same way that one devours a whale. And that is piece by piece.
Funny.
One piece.
What? That guy just went through the window.
So, what we're going to do here today is that rather than go straight into a full-blown what you should watch/read, which, don't worry, we will get to, is to first put out a shorter video covering what I consider some of the broader structural aspects of One Piece, which will then free us up and allow us to take a much deeper dive into the characters and themes later on. So with this in mind, my friends, please sit back, relax, and consider this an entree with the main course still to come. And let's discuss the appeal of One Piece.
Nice.
Alright, let's see.
I first encountered One Piece in 2006 on the UK television version of Toonami.
Oh, nice.
And unbeknownst to me at the time, what I was watching was the infamous 4Kids dub, which would
I
become
heard it
well
was
known
crap.
over time for its questionable translation and
Yeah.
excessive amounts of censorship.
4Kids sucks.
Even despite these factors, I really came to enjoy the adventures of Nami, Zoro, and of course Luffy. The series had a unique playfulness to it that made it stand out from other more stoic series I'd seen up until this point, like Bleach and Dragon Ball Z. And even in the show's more dramatic moments, there was always a tremendous amount of fun to be had. Of course, as I watched the imaginative pirate adventure on my parents' old TV, what I was completely unaware of was what a world-shattering phenomenon I was actually dealing with. That revelation would only strike me several years later, when, on a trip to Japan, it became obvious
nice.
what a massive
That's
deal
awesome.
One Piece actually was.
Yeah. I've been
Around
to
every
Japan,
corner in
by the
every
way.
shop seemed to lie another new piece of Straw Hat Pirate merchandise.
Cool.
Luffy and his ragtag crew were everywhere on.
Yeah,
I
they're
imagine.
like
One Piece brand
They're in the
bread,
Tokyo
One Piece
Tower,
bath salts,
which is
even
pretty
One
cool.
Piece
I definitely
brand
imagine that,
shops. It was
'cause One
incredible
Piece
to
is
see
really
how what I
popular.
thought was a simple
yeah.
show about pirates utterly dominate the mass consciousness of a single country. The closest thing I could liken it to was the Simpsons mania of early 90s America.
Oh, nice. I love
This was, of course,
Simpsons.
before I started looking into things like global sales figures and weekly shonen rankings. And if I had, I would have known things like the fact that One Piece has sold over 400 million units.
Yeah, it's sold a lot.
Making it the
Damn.
third biggest selling
Third
comic in
best-selling.
existence.
That's a lot.
Recently beating out Spider-Man for the number 3 spot, leaving only
Wow.
Batman and Superman.
Wow.
ahead.
Yeah, I know.
And
One
Nice.
Piece
in
is
2016,
amazing when it comes to
Batman
sales.
sold 1,859,956
Wow, that's awesome. The comics?
units, and
Yes, the
Superman sold
manga.
828,069
The manga, yeah.
units.
And then there's
it
the
even
comics
roughly
of
doubled
Superman and
sales of
Batman.
both series by taking into account all their offshoot titles. And it still wouldn't even come close to the 12 million in sales that
Wow.
One Piece sold that same
Wow.
year. And where things really start to get crazy is that if these trends were to continue and One Piece were to run for another decade, it would nearly certainly surpass Batman in lifetime global sales.
Wow,
That's
that's
insane.
And if
interesting.
it were to run for another 2 decades, which for Oda's sake I hope doesn't happen, it would surpass even Superman, becoming
Wow.
the biggest selling comic in existence.
Wow.
Now, I'm not saying I think this will happen, but it's a hell of a thing to consider. And so, how has a series about a pirate boy made of rubber managed to capture the hearts and minds of so many people worldwide? Well, to put it simply, the primary appeal of One Piece is the simple premise of adventure. And yes, that is also the core concept of countless other shonen
I know.
series.
That's
But
true.
nothing really captures the same sense of scale and exploration as the world of pirates.
I can
Our
agree
hero
to
on
that.
this voyage is the energetic young pirate, Monkey D. Luffy. Luffy is a simple character with a simple goal, to find the
Yeah,
mysterious
the
treasure
treasure.
only known as One Piece, and in doing so, become king of the pirates. This was Luffy's primary motivator from chapter 1 and remains so in chapter
Yeah,
834.
Wow,
And this
that's his
keeps
goal the
Luffy's
whole time.
journey along the
Yeah,
One
he
Piece
keeps searching
path,
for that
which is a
treasure.
concept
He wants to be the
surprisingly
Pirate King.
unique to One Piece. In most other shonen series, our heroes will go on several different large adventures throughout the course of its run, and these are what make up the arcs. But in One Piece's case, it's always the same journey along the same path, to the point that you can actually chart Luffy's route out on a physical map. And the sub-arcs come from the various different islands or landmasses the crew encounters along
Yeah,
the way.
uh-huh.
This works particularly well as it makes the core story of One Piece very easy to understand, while also allowing for a massive amount of variety in the series sub-arcs. Some can be very simple, like the Barty arc, in which the Straw Hats visit a famous sailing restaurant in order to recruit a chef. Or very complicated, like the Dressrosa arc, in which the crew must untangle a web of political intrigue and face down a vicious and tyrannical false king.
Pretty
And
cool.
because of how the arcs are structured, with literal massive quantities of ocean between them, there's no real limit to the kind of stories One Piece can tell. They start off fairly villain of the week-esque, with most enemies being rival pirate captains.
Yeah.
But as we move on, we see the Straw Hats embroiled in government conspiracies,
Wow.
abducted by massive haunted ghost ships, springing jailbreaks, and even being at the center of large-scale global conflicts.
Oh,
and
that's
throughout
pretty
the
cool.
entire adventure,
Interesting.
there's
That's
this
cool.
real genuine sense of time and progress. When Luffy sets out on his journey from Fuchsia Village, he has little more to his name than a wooden dinghy and his straw hat. And now, 20 years later, he's an infamous pirate warlord.
Wow.
World-famous captain of one of the most renowned pirate crews in all of
Oh, that's
existence,
badass.
the
There's a
Straw
lot
Hat
of
Pirates,
development there.
of whom
That you
include
can
a
see him
master
from just a
samurai,
kid to like
a
look at him now,
technologically
warlord,
advanced
like what they
pantsless
said.
cyborg, and even an undead violinist
Yeah, of course,
with
they
an
start
awful
from the beginning to the end.
sense of humor. One of the core joys of One Piece is watching Luffy slowly ascend in status and build his crew as each new battle propels him closer to his dream while also increasing his notoriety worldwide.
Wow.
Pretty
It's not
cool.
ever a story you could accuse of moving quickly, but it is always moving. And I think it's only when you look back that you see how far Luffy and his crew have actually come. Of course, the success
Straw
of the
hats,
adventure
that's what they're
series
called.
is largely dependent on the world the adventure takes place in. And this is another area where the series shines. One Piece's world, to put it simply, is the largest, most intricately detailed and well thought out of any of the long-running shonen series.
Yeah, I
Which may not
completely
be obvious
agree.
from the often
Dragon Ball
cartoonish
can be
designs on its
very
artwork, but make no mistake,
one-dimensional
this
sometimes.
is a world of layers with its own government, economy, cultural and racial divides, with many, many different factions.
Yeah, they definitely
all
have a
who
lot
their own
of
philosophies
characters and
motivations.
it's really
While Luffy and his
interesting.
crew are often at the center or at least involved.
It
in
keeps you like
large-scale
wanting to watch
incidents,
it.
the world
Yeah.
also progresses entirely separate to them. Major plot incidents completely separate from the Straw Hats are common, and when they do occur, they reverberate throughout the world on such a scale that it drastically affects the lives of every character in it.
Wow.
Such as Porticus D. Ace's showdown with Blackbeard that resulted in the Great Summit War. It always feels like there's a larger picture in One Piece, and depending on the global political climate of the time, Luffy and the Straw Hats' allies and enemies can switch from arc to arc, giving the world this intriguing, ever-changing dynamic. And so
Wow.
One Piece's world succeeds on a grand scale, but what may be even more impressive is the characters that Oda has filled it with. What
Yeah,
at first
there's
can
so
seem like a
many.
cartoonish gag
There's a
character
lot of men.
can through
There's
Oda's
a lot of
storytelling
characters.
become a portrait of life at its cruelest and most tragic. And this information is often delivered through weighty flashback stories, in which we're taken through the key moments of a character's life. And while a badly used flashback can utterly kill the momentum of a series, Oda uses them in such a way to give his characters weight, grounding and motivation that otherwise just wouldn't be possible. Like, seriously, you see this dumb-looking idiot in a diaper? This is Senor Pink, and
That's
this guy
funny.
has a backstory that is
Look, at-
absolutely
he's like
heartbreaking.
huge and he has
And
like
upon
a
hearing
tiny
it, it
diaper.
completely changes everything about how you see him. Moving swiftly along. Actually, no, wait, no. I know some of you out there don't believe me, so we're gonna prove it. Let's do this. Senor Pink started out his adult life as a member of the brutal Don Quixote crime family, where his days were frequently filled with criminal activity and brutal violence. Until one day, in the pouring rain, he met a woman who he immediately fell in love with. They got married, had a child, and for a while at least, everything was perfect. Except that Pink was still involved in the Don Quixote family, which he hid from his wife for fear that she might leave him. One day he's called away on a secret mission and disappears for an entire week, and upon returning, discovers that the day he left, his precious son had passed away.
Oh, shit.
And now, his wife, furious and heartbroken, demands an explanation, and he tells her everything, at which point she demands he stay away from her, rushes from the home in the pouring rain, before getting into an accident that leaves her in a vegetative state.
What?
Oh my
Devastated
god,
by the
wow.
events, visits her every day in hospital, until one day, on a whim, puts on a bonnet reminiscent of their son in an attempt to entertain her, and miraculously, she cracks a small, delicate smile. And so, for the sake of seeing his wife smile, he continues to dress more and more elaborately, even
Wow.
enjoying the ridicule of everyone around him. Years later, his wife too has passed, but he still dresses this way out of remembrance for her and of his beloved son.
Aw.
And so,
Wow.
one of the silliest looking characters in One Piece actually has legitimate character motivation for dressing this
So,
way. And in
okay.
justifying
I
this,
was so
he
into
becomes
that
an
storyline.
actual grounded,
Oh, wow.
tangible character. What really gets me here is that this is one tiny, inconsequential character in One Piece's world. And yet still, Oda manages to imbue him with a sense of depth and grounding many writers fail to give even their main protagonists.
That's so true.
And that's to say nothing
Yeah.
of the amazing job Oda's
Definitely
done in
heard that.
establishing the main major heroes and villains of One Piece's story. Having so many characters with such fleshed out histories and motivation is the primary factor that makes One Piece's worlds feel so vivid and alive,
Nice.
and makes each individual character feel like a true story in their own right.
Exactly,
The
which
last
is
thing I'd like to talk about
so
with One Piece is
amazing
also
to
one of its
even do.
most tangible elements, and that is the
Yeah.
creativity and imagination that's gone into it.
To have the
There's always a sense
motivation,
that when reading
like,
One
a
Piece,
story
Oda
behind each
himself
of
is
them.
enjoying the world and characters more than anyone. It can be seen in the new and creative ways Luffy uses his at first seemingly limited power. It can be seen in the bizarre visual design of many of the world's inhabitants and the camaraderie that takes place between the Straw Hats, and even in the ever-evolving, unique structure of Oda's story arcs. He always seems like an author not striving to hit a deadline, but an artist creating a world and story distinctly of his own vision. This is something we're going to dig a lot deeper into in a future video, but for now, just trust me, simply no one writes a story like Ichiro Oda. So with all that in mind, where should you start? Well, the obvious answer is page 1, chapter 1.
Yeah.
The manga is for the most part a fantastic read, but I understand
I've
people
definitely
don't
heard
want to
about
see
the
it into it
manga,
given
like,
its
a lot of
insane
people
length.
love the manga.
And the anime comes with many of its own issues too, such as a weak production run and masses of filler. But if you're curious to know if One Piece really is for you or not, or even if you just want to dip your toe in, allow me to present a different option, and that is the fantastic One Piece Movie 6, Baron Matsuri and the Secret Islands. Directed by Mamoru Hosoda of the Digimon movie The Girl Who Leapt Through Time and Summer Wars, the movie encapsulates in a digestible 90 minutes everything that makes One Piece as a series so much fun, on top of having some absolutely gorgeous animation and character designs. And
Yeah,
one of
they
the
definitely
darkest
do
and
have
hardest right
great,
turns I've seen in any film
designs,
in a while.
art
It requires
designs.
basically no prior knowledge of One Piece or its world to enjoy, and I think even if you have zero interest in One Piece, seeing one of Japan's most talented directors put his own unique spin on the world of pirates is absolutely worth
Yeah, it
checking
definitely
out.
is worth checking
Guys,
out.
that's going to do it for my intro into One Piece.
Huh,
And there is still a
interesting.
ton more we need
Had
to
no
talk
idea
about.
about
characters,
the movie or
themes,
anything either.
or the
Like,
visual
no
aesthetic,
clue about that.
What cursed fruit he ate in order to actually be able to constantly produce a manga of such quality. And we shall in a full-blown why you should watch/read One Piece coming later this year. But I hope this video, at the very least, has given you a foothold with which to get started.
Hey, so we just saw the appeal of One Piece. Found it interesting that the manga outsold more than the Superman and Batman. I love comics, so that was really cool to find out. A lot of people definitely love One Piece, and I love how they have so many characters, and their character development is really into depth within each character. What did you think about it, babe?
Okay, so I really thought this video was super informative. One, I know that One Piece is loved by so many people. It's iconic in Japan. The Tokyo Tower has a thing with One Piece. When I saw that,
definitely have it all over.
Yeah, it's so cool. And the fact that every character in One Piece has a backstory, or most of them do, I think it's amazing writing, because honestly in Dragon Ball,
really neat.
Yeah, like the minor characters don't get anything, or even some characters that were supporting that were pretty prevalent in the past, like, are forgotten by Akira Toriyama, which I really don't like that. But it's cool how the creator of One Piece actually doesn't do that, and even if it's someone small, he gives a story to them, which is amazing writing, I think. I never knew that, before this video, so I think that was pretty amazing. And the fact that One Piece is still going on to this day, I mean, people must love it, right?
Yeah, they definitely do love it.
Yeah, and it's, from what I know, the best-selling manga, like, of all time so far. That's mind-blowing.
Yeah, I know. That was really cool. That was really cool to find out.
Yeah, so the only thing is, there's a lot of episodes. It's hard to really get into it. You gotta really dedicate a lot of time to One Piece. I wish there was, like, a shortened version of One Piece or something, like, so you can, like, watch it real fast.
Yeah, I know. That would be really cool if you could.
Right, because 900 episodes and plus is just a lot. It's a lot, and it's still going. I can totally see why people love the show. Clearly, the world is huge of One Piece. Like, that is cool. There's always something new, always, like, an adventure or a threat, or, like they said, like, characters will surprise you sometimes in One Piece. So, especially seeing, like, Luffy as, like, a boy in the beginning, and then you see him as, like, a warlord at the end. Like, what? That's crazy.
I know, yeah. He's definitely kick-ass. Like, he seems really cool. I definitely want to start watching it. It's just going to take me forever to finish it, though.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Well, we'll see if it'll happen for me. But I appreciate One Piece definitely a lot more now after watching this video. So good one. Thanks for requesting it.
It was a really interesting video. Definitely liked it.
Yeah. So guys, let us know in the comments what else you'd like us to react to. Anything like this is pretty cool. Any intros, any outros, hey, let us know. Please.
Any endings, yeah, we're definitely interested in watching them.
Alright guys, until next time. Peace out, y'all.
Until next time. Peace.